I'm just gonna talk about it for a second, so
Sounds
Ben,
good.
you can leave. No, it's fine. Just stay right there.
No, I'm going.
Okay. Hello, everybody. What's going on? I'm here to film a very special episode of Funny Side Up because there's a guest. It's my friend Ben. Ben. Okay, we're gonna have to adjust that. Oh. You voted for lamb and apple cider. What interesting ingredients. First, let me just tell you about how I went and got apple cider with Ben. And here's me doing that in case you're curious about how you do it.
Hey everybody, it's Lisa from Funny Side Up. Samples of heirloom tomatoes. Oh my god. This right here is Red Jacket Orchards.
You say life's taking you nowhere. Look at that sky, life's begun.
That was really informative. I've decided to make a stew that comes from North Africa. You know, like Morocco, that's actually traditionally made during Ramadan, which is when is that? Didn't that just happen? The word for it is tagine, T-A-G-I-N-E. It's also called mruzia. If you're making the very specific one, okay, who cares? Nobody. Making stew with lamb and apple cider. How? Well, put the lamb in the stew and then some apple cider in there too. Pretty genius. Let's just get started. The first thing you do is marinate the lamb. Well, you should do it overnight, so let's cut to me doing that last night. Right here I've got about, 1.5 pounds of lamb shoulder. To that we'll add 1/2 teaspoon ground ginger, 1/2 teaspoon of freshly ground black pepper, 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. Here's something I've never used before, turmeric. We're going to use about 1/4 teaspoon of it. About 1/8 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. I don't have any ground cardamom, but I'm just going to throw some cardamom pods in. Great. I like 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. About 1/4 teaspoon of cloves. And last but not least, I'm going to add, you guessed it, apple cider. About 1/4 cup's worth. Cover it and refrigerate it overnight. Oh wow, Lisa, that looks just delicious. Get yourself a really big stock pot. Actually, you should use like a Dutch oven or like a really heavy pot, but if you only have a stock pot, then you're going to be using it. What we're going to do first is melt about 1/2 stick of butter over medium heat. About 2 medium onions chopped. Dun, dun, dun. Now Ben's going to add about 2 cloves of garlic minced. I'm just going to make sure that it's all coated in the butter. 2 cinnamon sticks. Take your meat that's been marinating in the refrigerator. Add this right in, including the marinade. Just let it go in there. Oh boy. A normal recipe for stew would call for either chicken stock or water. We're going to use some chicken stock and some apple cider, like mix them together. Why not? And we're going to bring this up to a boil. When it comes to a boil, you'll notice like some fat on the top, like some scummy stuff. Just skim it off with like something like this will probably do the trick if you don't have like a technical skimmer. And then let it simmer on low for 1.5 hours. Most likely would be the amount of time.
Just simmer it until the meat is tender.
Okay, good.
Hi, Mom.
So it's only been like an hour, but the meat is totally tender and cooked. We're going to add a few things to the pot. A cup or so of carrots, just cut into 1/2-inch slices. About a cup been a bit of dried apricots that I just gave a rough chop to. This many almonds, blanched almonds. And then we're gonna add just a bit of honey. The sauce is reduced to like a syrupy glaze, which is what it's supposed to be. I'm gonna taste it and see if it's too sweet. And if it's too sweet, I'm gonna add some lemon. What are you? It's a little sweet. I think I'm just getting a little lemon, but it's only because I really want to. And I already cut the lemon. I'm gonna squeeze about half a lemon in there. Some parsley, some flat leaf parsley, like quarter cup of it or so. Stir it right on in. So here we are with our lamb stew with apple cider incorporated in a variety of ways. Make sure you get a bite with like a bunch of the stuff, including the couscous and the parsley and the almonds and the carrots. We're supposed to take a bite at the same time.
Well, yeah. It's very good.
You can definitely taste the apple flavor.
Yeah, apricots are awesome.
Yeah, the almonds add a nice crunch. It might even need to be a bit saltier.
When you're doing this, Joe, you should just take a bite and go, oh, it's perfect.
Really?
What do they know?
I want them to hear what worked and what didn't.
Well, then when they try and make it and they think it needs salt, they'll go, I just can't make it like Lisa can.
No.
You know? Yeah.
It's not my shtick.
But that's what everybody does.
It's why it's not mine.